Hello, Princess on a Pillow here. I am here to do a review slash recap with my opinion on Love After Lockup, Season 4, Episode 7. It's titled, What Are You Hiding? Let's get started. Okay, first couple is Chance and Taylor. We pick up back where we left off with Taylor's sister Bobby leaving due to overhearing Chance saying that she isn't allowed to babysit the girls anymore. Chance is basically happy that Bobby left. Taylor is crying because she knows that Bobby is upset because of Chance, and she doesn't want to have to choose between both of them. She is also worried that Bobby may start using drugs again, so Taylor talks to Bobby on the phone, and she's not only upset with Chance, she's also upset with Taylor for not defending her. In his confessional, Chance seems remorseful. Well, if he's remorseful for hurting Bobby's feelings, then he needs to apologize to her and next time mind his own business and keep his damn mouth shut and stop having sex in cemeteries. The next scene. Taylor is washing dishes and Chance is attempting to fold clothes. Bobby calls and tells them that she is going to stay with friends, and she told Chance he better treat her sister right. Chance promised Bobby that he would treat Taylor well. Taylor is worried that Taylor is worried about Bobby, and Chance claims he wants to fix things so that Taylor won't worry. Next couple, Chazz and Branwyn. So after Chance gets down on one knee and proposes to Branwyn outside of the prison, they get in the car and Chazz is trying to make out with her. And she's not having it. She doesn't want to kiss him, and she tells him it's weird. She doesn't want to kiss him, but she's about to marry him. Kissing him is weird, but marrying him 15 minutes after you get out of prison is not weird. Chazz is a dummy. If she doesn't want to kiss you, Chazz, what makes you think she's going to allow you to touch her? What he needs to do is ask her where she needs to be dropped off, drop her off, then go back online and try to find somebody else, maybe a little person. Then she practically tells us that in order to move out of the States, she has to marry Chazz. So Chazz gives her a card, and he told her that he's going to put money on it. She checks out her boots that he bought for her and the watch that he bought for her. And that chick she's just like one happy heifer. One happy heifer. In his confessional, Chazz said he has spent $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 on Branwyn, and she's worth it. That's what he says. If you spend $10,000 on her, Chazz, then she should at least allow you to stick your tongue down her throat. I don't see how she's worth it. But I'm going to keep watching and see. Maybe I'll find out. So Chazz takes her to a park to change out of her gray prison sweats into some black sweats. And then Branwyn complains how horrible the park bathroom is compared to the bathroom at the prison. So we get a little bit backstory on Branwyn. She said she has been on probation or parole since she was 18 years old. She said she had done over 11 years in jails and prisons. So anyway, Chazz gives Branwyn her lashes and her glue. Then he takes her to a bridge and marries her. The next scene, they are driving to go see Branwyn's parole officer. When they get to the building, Branwyn goes into the building to talk to her parole officer. An hour later, she comes out of the building and she gets back into the car and tells Chazz that her parole officer says that her curfew is 6 p.m. I don't believe her. Anyway, Chazz tells us that Branwyn is going to be living with her friend's baby daddy. I guess she's renting a room from him. So they get to the house and they lay in the bed. She kisses him and then tells him that she's tired. And it's so obvious that she does not want to have sex with him. So Branwyn tells us in her confessional that she gained weight and she's uncomfortable with Chazz seeing her body. All she has to do is get under the covers. He won't care. So Chazz questions Branwyn. He questions Branwyn about the baby daddy. And she assures him that there is no hanky-panky with the baby daddy. And then the baby daddy comes home. And that's the end of Chazz and Branwyn. Next up, it's Kevin and Tiffany. So Kevin drops Tiffany off so that she can get a tattoo. She meets up with her high school friend, Kayla. Seems like everybody's name is Kayla. Kayla basically told us that when Tiffany decided to be a criminal, she said she didn't want any parts of that and she cut ties with Tiffany. Anyway, while Tiffany is getting her tattoo done, Tiffany updates Kayla on the fight with Kevin and Curtis. Kayla tells the camera that Curtis is always in Facebook fights. She said he's always posting fights. Tiffany told Kayla that Curtis had been acting crazy, so she had to block him on Facebook. In her confessional, I think she got a card and flowers from Curtis. The card said that Tiffany destroyed what little part of his heart that he had left. So Tiffany is smiling and giggling. She thinks it's funny. Anyway, Kayla asked Tiffany who took her home, and she said she left with the guy that won the fight. And they just laughed it up. But check this out. Kevin did not knock Curtis out because of Tiffany. He knocked Curtis out because Curtis was disrespecting him. Curtis told him, he looked like a third grader, and then Curtis was making fun of his height. That's when Kevin knocked him out. So next we see Kevin and Tiffany at the house, and Tiffany is getting settled in, and Tiffany and Kevin, they seem to be happy and lovey-dovey. Kevin tells the camera that women has been hitting him up, trying to get with him, but he's having a good time with Tiffany. So basically, he's been ignoring these women, his other women. So Tiffany and Kevin, they take the dogs for a walk. And Kevin is on his phone. And Tiffany asks him, who is he talking to? Kevin said he's talking to friends that she don't know. So they start to argue. And Kevin tells Tiffany that he's talking to other females. And they argue some more, and Tiffany goes back to the house and locks the door and starts to pack her crap. And Kevin is on the other side of the door talking about, open the door. So she opens the door and she walks out with her suitcase. And that's the end of Kevin and Tiffany. Next up is Kayla and Martell. Martell is back in the halfway house. And him and Kayla Kayla, they're talking on the phone, and they seem to be in a good place. In her confessional, she said he apologized and they are moving forward. And the next day, he's supposed to get out of the halfway house after being there for 2 months. So she gets off the phone with Martell and goes to meet Martell's cousin, Bobo, at a cleaning supply store. Bobo told the camera that basically Martell called her and told her to help Kayla purchase cleaning supplies because Kayla is just not clean enough for him. So Bobo tells us that Martell is a ladies' man. Bobo said she also dated a man who was locked up for 13 years, and she said it was a total shit show. She said in the free world, there are too many temptations. Anyway, Kayla purchased over $300 worth of cleaning supplies. Why didn't she just go to Walmart, Target, the grocery store, or a dollar store? She would have gotten the stuff for cheaper. Anyway, I think that's the end of them. Yeah, I think that's the end of them. Next is Lacey and Antoine. It's the morning after. Lacey and Antoine are in bed. Antoine said they made the beast with the 2 backs. They did it 3 times, and he rates it a B. So he showers while Lacey makes breakfast burritos. When he's out of the shower, they sit down, they're eating their breakfast burritos, and Lacey tells Antoine her fears of him hanging out with his mother and getting in trouble again. So Antoine reassures her that it won't happen, and he also told her that it's unacceptable that she is beefing with his mother. So the next day, Lacey takes Antoine golfing. And Antoine is scared because he's not used to being around people. But they seem to have a good time. And the next scene, Antoine and Lacey are driving. Lacey wants to take Antoine to a car lot to look at cars. And Antoine is not sure. He's not sure how that will work because he doesn't buy cars. He steals them. But on the way to the car lot, Lacey gets a flat tire. And Antoine doesn't know how to change a tire. Plus, he doesn't want to get his hands dirty. So Lacey calls someone to help change the tire, or to change the tire. And in the meantime, they walk to the car lot. They get to the car lot, and Antoine does not have a driver's license, but the car salesman allows him to test drive a car around the parking lot. The car that he likes costs about $4,999, and Antoine wants the car to be put in Lacey's name, but Lacey doesn't want the car to be put in her name. So they left the car lot without getting a car for Antoine. That's the end of Antoine and Lacey. Next is Rick and Ray Dean. It's time for Ray Dean to get out of the halfway house, and the entire family goes to pick her up. The brother, the father, the stepmother, and Rick. And they allow Ray Dean to drive. I don't understand what that's all about. Anyway, they go to breakfast. And Rick is talking raunchy. Ray Dean is talking raunchy. And the father is talking raunchy. They're just a raunchy bunch of people. So Rick is not happy that Ray Dean is not staying at his house. Ray Dean uses the fact that her father is an invalid as a reason to stay at the father's house to help take care of him. But Ray Dean was in jail or prison for 4 years. She didn't ever help take care of the father, even when she was in jail or even before she went to jail. So I don't know, all of a sudden she wants to help take care of her father. She just doesn't want to stay with Rick because she doesn't want to sleep with Rick. If she stayed with Rick, she would have to sleep with Rick every single night. And she doesn't want to sleep with Rick. But Rick is not having it. Rick, he's not playing with Radine. Rick tells her that she can stay at her father's house for now. And then the father chimes in and he said something about, I finally got my daughter back. But before Radine went to jail, she wasn't living with you. She was out doing her thing. So what are you talking about? You finally got your daughter back. Before, he wasn't concerned about what she was doing, so I understand why he's concerned now about what she's doing. But Rick tells the father that him and Radine made plans, and now she's backing out. Before, when she was in jail, him and Radine made plans, and now she's backing out. Now that she's out of prison, she's backing out. And Radine, she lays it on the line for Rick. She told Rick that, yes, when I was in prison, I said I was going to stay with you, but now I want to stay at my father's house. And Rick said in his confessional that he kept his word. And he thinks the reason why Radine does not want to live with him is because of Kay. And Rick, that's what you get for trusting a criminal. What you need to do is go find someone your own age who's not a criminal. Anyway, Radine drops off her family at the father's house. Then she takes Rick to his house. On the way to Rick's house, Rick suggests that she comes into his house and they have a drink. They drink some wine. She told him she's tired and she wants to go back to her father's house and hang out with her family. In her confessional, Radine said that Rick only cares about himself and he is overbearing. What she needs to do, she needs to stop stringing him along and tell him that she no longer wants or needs him and just move on with Kay. That's what she needs to do. She keeps stringing this old man along. So she drops him off at his house. Then she drives off and she tells the camera that she did not want to have sex with him. And I know that's why you did not stay at his house. That's why you didn't go into his house, because he would be expecting you to have sex with him. That's very obvious, Radine. That is the end of my review. I will be back next week with another review. Thank you so much for watching. Princess on a Pillow here. Bye.